Alrighty, we are back, and we are back with the return to the Last King. So let's see here. We have a new agenda. That's exciting. It's a doom threshold of 3. Doesn't seem like that matters much. And then our basic objective is to just grab as many clues as humanly possible. All right, so. In case you are just tuning in, we are playing a janky Luke Robinson build through the Return to Path to Carcosa. As I'm sure everyone in chat can tell you, our first scenario did not go particularly well. We did manage to accrue a couple of experience points, which we did spend on a copy of Versatile, which we then added some cards. Which I'm going to just quickly pop that in here, just so you can take a quick look at our new janky build. It is oh so glorious, so glorious. So our one-off class slot with Versatile is now being used for Alice Luxley, because we want to be able to deal little points of damage to enemies because of our Bloodthirst. And apart from that, we added 2 copies of Shortcut and 2 copies of Fine Clothes, which I think, given the nature of the map, is going to make a lot of sense to people, and given the nature of the bystanders. So, without any further ado, let's get these all shuffled up. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alrighty. So we have Jordan up in the dining room. So we'll need 10 resources for Jordan. We'll need 6 more cards in our hand for Ishimaru. Sebastian is one of the easier ones. And Ashley just takes up a lot of our time. And Constance is also not too bad for us. So hopefully we can get this done. And we do have an action to resign at our starting location in the foyer. 2 shroud, 1 clue, and it has an action to resign, saying bye now. Alrighty, and we have our gate box in play. Here's our Versatile. Let's go ahead and give our deck and the encounter deck a shuffle here. And hopefully the bag will be a little nicer to us. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, we have Perception, Storm of Spirits, Seeking Answers, Shortcut, Practice Makes Perfect. My feeling is to mulligan all of these cards and hope that we get Fine Clothes or something that's a little more helpful than those skills for the time being. Let's find out. Alright, we get Fine Clothes, we get St. Hubert's Key, we get a Working a Hunch, another Practice Makes Perfect, and a copy of Deduction. Okay. Not the worst, not the worst. So, I guess first action, let's put on our Fine Clothes. I don't understand why Luke needs Fine Clothes. He's already wearing Fine Clothes. Look at that robe. Look at it. Look at it. Alright, second action, let's go ahead and play the St. Hubert's Key here. And last action... Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to spawn clues on all of these as well. There we go. Yes, it is. You get it. You know. Look at that. I don't know when Luke had the time to go to Japan and get a kimono, but he did. He probably, like, hopped in his gate box and took a direct flight there. Alright, so... the Courtyard says you have to discard a card, right? That's the one that makes you discard an encounter card, and then if it's an enemy, you have to draw it. I'm, like, kind of sketchy about going here first, or last action, rather. We only have 3 cards in our hand, so Ishimaru is not the best. I'm thinking of going into the living room. I think as my last action, I want to go here. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. If we reveal all these other locations, or at least like go here and then maybe go here, then go here. It at least gives us an escape plan if we draw enemies later on. So I think last action I'm gonna go here into the living room. 3 Shroud. After you perform a parlay action in the living room, draw a card once per phase. Alrighty. So that is our turn, and then we'll go ahead and move right into Upkeep here. So we'll gain a resource, and we draw... Ooh, a Vantage Point. That could be useful later on. That's no robe. That's a space station. Man, I didn't realize we were going to be doing Star Wars parodies all day. Alright. 1 Doom of 3. It's too snazzy to be a space. Oh, chat, you're killing me today. You got the zingers. A party guest? I've never seen this before. Let's see. Revelation. Find the bystander asset with the most clues on it and put it at that asset's location. Investigators cannot parlay with bystander assets. Can spend a resource to spend 2 resources to parlay and move it. Well, considering we haven't done any of the parlay actions yet, my thinking is putting it on Jordan, because I don't think it's likely that we'll ever have 10 resources. And then I think I'm kind of okay with not dealing with Jordan. So I think what my plan is going to be is to like go here, so we could do one thing of Ashley, draw a card, move, and then following turn we could Sebastian, move. Which isn't bad. 'Cause at least Ashley being here, it means we get something out of spending 2 actions. Which isn't the worst. I don't mind that. I think I'm gonna do that. So 2 actions. We'll get a clue off Ashley. And then we'll draw a card. No! No, that's terrible. Alright, well, fine. Game just wants to be an asshole to me today. Let's use our last action to move into the gallery. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Forgot that does that. So at the end of our turn, we have to test willpower 2, and if we fail, we have to place our clue onto the gallery. Well then. Let's... I mean, we're 2d5. Okay. So the skull is fairly irrelevant right now, because there's no lunatic enemies in play. So let's test 2v3. Aha! There we go. See, there is something other than -3s and skulls and autofails in the bag. Alright, so we pass, so we don't have to place our clue there, and then we'll go right into Upkeep. And we draw a second working a hunch. Okay. Mythos Phase, 2 Doom of 3, and we draw... Of course. Of course. Why? Why? Alright, so let's see. So after it engages us, we either have to take a horror or it gets +3 fight. That is quite rude. So, we could zip on out of here, right? So we could give this +3 fight, use Gatebox. So we could... I mean, unfortunately, we won't be able to do our original plan. But we could... So hear me out, chat. We don't really have much to evade. It's a 3. We have 1 icon. So evading isn't a great option. So my thinking is use Gatebox, right? Because we can just avoid this for the rest of the scenario, pretty much. Evade, parlay, Gatebox. Yeah, but that's like contingent on us actually passing the evade test. So here's my thinking. I'm thinking we use Gatebox, disengage from that, move back to here with our action, and then we could use our last 2 actions to draw a card and get the last clue off Ashley. Right? That's not terrible. I don't think that's the worst. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do here. So let's use Gatebox. We will disengage. And we will move to our wondrous journey. And yeah, can't use Vantage Point because that's only on locations. Yeah. Well, I guess I could move it there, but that's irrelevant. Let's use our first action to move here, and then we'll spend our 2 actions to get this clue off Ashley. And that'll also cause us to draw a card from the reaction ability. I could use Vantage Point on the foyer, but it's not much point to that, because we don't want to waste an action investigating. So I'm going to do that. So let's see what we draw from our parlay. We draw a Storm of Spirits. See? Look. Now we're firing on some cylinders here. Alright, so we've done that, and then we resolve this. So we have interviewed Ashley. Let's go ahead and put that in our campaign log. Ashla. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so we've interviewed Ashley with that. So let's move right into enemy phase, which I believe nothing happens. Does not have Hunter. Doesn't move. Okay. So, let's move right into Upkeep. Resource and card. Unexpected Courage. Okay. Okay. So, let me just... This has 2 health, right? Yeah. So, we could just huck the Storm of Spirits in there. And then move in there. Oh, man. You guys are killing me today. Alright, let's go to Mythos phase. Get our actions back. We'll add a Doom, and we will advance. Okay, so... find the bystander asset with the fewest clues on it, and spawn Diane Divine at that location. Okay. Shuffle Shocking Discovery into the encounter deck along with the encounter discard pile. Okay. I'm surprised there's nothing in the discard pile. Oh, right, because we drew that. Dirt. Okay, so we'll shuffle these Shocking Discoveries in there. And then Diane will go here. Okay, so... Each investigator at Diane Divine's location cannot discover or take control of clues, and she has a forced effect that says at the beginning of the enemy phase, find the bystander asset with the fewest clues on it among bystander assets that have at least 1 clue, and move Diane to that asset's location. Yes, which is a change. So they've changed the way Diane works. Reread the agenda. Yes, with at least a clue on it. Good call. Well, I mean, we could just put her way over here. Like, I don't think we're gonna deal with Jordan anyway, so. RTFC, I know. Alright, with at least a clue on it, we spawned her at that location, and we've shuffled all that. Okay. Let's just make sure we give this a shuffly. Alright, so our encounter card for the turn is a Fragile Thoughts. Revelation, discard events from your hand with a total resource cost of at least X, where X is the shroud value of your location. If no cards are discarded by this effect, it gains Surge. What is the shroud? 3. Ugh. Alright, so we could discard this and this. That's 3, right? That smells like 3. Yes, okay. We will discard those 2 cards. Yes, return to frickin' Carcosa. Goddamn. Alright, let's go into investigation phase here. What are our options? We have an option to huck the Storm of Spirits at that enemy over here. And then we could move and parlay. Alternatively, we could move and parlay with Constance. Which would be an intellect of 1 test, because we have fine clothes. Be 1v4. Which isn't bad. I don't hate that. Yeah, because I guess that would lead us to Ishimaru, and that's ultimately where we're gonna go. I'm trying to remember which ones are the most important to interview throughout the course of the campaign. Sebastian gives you info for Phantom of Truth, I believe. Ashley's for Black Star's Rise. Constance is for Oath, I want to say? Or maybe Sebastian's... Oh no, Jordan's Echoes, I believe. Right. I mean, if she moves like 1 location, that's not the worst. Constance's Oath. Yeah, Ashley's Black Star's Rise. I remember that. Because Ashley gives you the ability to add or remove a Doom, if I remember correctly. Well, so if this Diane is gonna move, if that's the case, we could just move here and try to invest or parlay twice. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's move. First action, move. Alright, the Courtyard is a 5 shroud, 0 clue location. After we enter the Courtyard, we have to discard the top card of the encounter deck, and if it's an enemy, we have to draw it. Alright, yeah! That's excellent! That is a great card to discard. Sebastian is Echoes, Constance is Oath, Jordan is Phantom, Ishimaru is Pallid Mask, and Ashley is Black Star's Rise. Okay. Oh, I mean, my memory served me almost correctly there. Alright, so our first action was to move. Our second action is going to be Parlay. That will be a base 3, -2, +1. So we're at 4v1 here. Let me get a skull, which is reveal another token. Oh, come on. All right. Whew. Man, if we had drawn a tentacle there, I would have been pissed. I'm sorry, we don't say that name around here. Sorry, I don't know who you're talking about. All right, so we passed. We had a clue. Last action, we're gonna do it again. And that's same 1v4 here. Woo! There we go. All right. Nice. So let's put a charge on our gate box. Very nice. Very nice. Well, it was about time. I mean, the bag was brutal last scenario. So we'll get those 2 clues. Should have 4. Because we got 2 from Ashley as well. Alright, so enemy phase here. Let's just double check. See, nothing moves. Doesn't move. Doesn't move. And doesn't move. Great. We're firing on some cylinders. Let's go ahead and move into Upkeep. Gain a resource, draw a card. And we draw a Ward of Protection. Nice. Alright, so we have Ward, Unexpected Courage, Storm of Spirits. Unfortunately, we have this Bloodthirst in our hand, which we'll have to deal with at some point. We have Deduction, Practice Makes Perfect, and Working a Hunch. Alright, let's go ahead and move to Mythos phase. Reset here. And we are at 1 Doom of 3. So when the agenda would advance by reaching its Doom threshold, you remove all the Doom from it and choose a Sickening Reality card underneath. the scenario reference card, which I've just put them all over here. So kind of annoying that you can clearly tell the difference between the new ones and the old ones. I have yet to pull a treachery. Yeah, we haven't gotten that far yet. Alright, so let's see what we draw here. Draw Bleeding Walls. Test... Ugh, gross. Test willpower currently 5. And if I fail, I lose an action and take a horror. Gross. So we're 5v5. I could just take a horror by using ward here. Losing an action isn't the worst. Yeah, that's a good call, picking from the bottom. It's kind of hard to do in TTS, though, unfortunately. I guess I could cut it. Do I want to bother trying to test against that? Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I could afford to throw this Unexpected Courage in here. Roll a d7. Or I guess roll a d8, ignore 8s. Let's do... Yeah, I think I'm gonna commit Unexpected Courage. We'll go 2 up. Our shroud location's a 5, so we're 5, 6, 7, v5. Yeah! Ah, look at you, you're so good to me. Alright. Well, we might do that roll d7 thing then. Oh yeah, that's true. We could just press F and flip it. All right. Well, we passed that, so we're back in our turn here. All right. So I think we've interviewed Constance. Let me make sure I write that down as well, so I don't forget. So we've interviewed Constance. You can tell. So if you look here, you can see the symbol in the top right. But when you see that one, you can clearly tell that it's not. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do the old flippy flip. So we'll settle it by doing one of these. So we'll do that and then flip. That makes sense. Oh, okay. Well, here. Does that help? So you can see that's the return to symbol there, and then you can see the regular one there. So we'll just put these down here, just so it's easier for everyone to see. I would assume so. Unfortunately, I also have it set up downstairs, so I'm not sure. All right, but back to our turn here. So we have 6 cards, so we can go here. Another option is to huck the Storm of Spirits here and deal with this and try to get Sebastian. Because now we can let Constance move, which is fine. So quick rules question. Does Diane just move to the location? Like, regardless of how many... Yeah, she just teleports, right? That's stupid. Yeah, I could put him in a bag. She just teleports. Man, that is brutal. And yes, the print versions have that same issue too. Yeah, you know, it's funny, speaking of print issues, I was playing Return to Where Doom Awaits, I think, last week when it was like a sauna in here. And yeah, I had that same issue with some of the locations that you have to shuffle in, have like markers on them that they shouldn't have. But needless to say, so she would just teleport. So that's not really It's not really worth doing in the same turn anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and investigate Ishimaru first then, if that's the case. So we're gonna enter the ballroom, and then after we perform a parlay action in the ballroom, we can gain 2 resources. Yeah, I could, but it's like, it's so minor that I don't really mind, I guess, or like care enough to do that. All right, so yeah, we're gonna move into Ishimaru's location, and she is a willpower 2 -2, so that's a 0. Very cool. So we're testing 0v5 here. Second action parlay. Get a skull. Get a -1. All right, so that's the first one, and then we're gonna test the second one. Woo! Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do this. Nice. Alrighty. So the bag was BS last game, and now it's BS in the opposite direction. Talk about swingy. Alrighty. So we get to flip over Ishimaru, and we have interviewed Haruko, which is excellent. Nice. All right, well, that's our turn. And then moving into enemy phase, there are no enemies that move, which is cool. So we're able to just move right into upkeep here. So we'll gain a resource, and I forgot to gain 2 resources from that parlay. And we draw a Renfield. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's convenient, but it like really doesn't bother me enough because I just roll a die anyway from the locations, and that's how I pick them. So, all right, so we are in Mythos phase, and we'll go ahead and add a Doom, and we'll draw. Ugh, there is. So we have to test willpower 3, and if we fail, that young psychopath will ready, move until it reaches our location, engage, and attack us. Okay, well, we're currently at a willpower 5. I almost don't mind it moving and attacking us. I mean, I guess it's kind of annoying. We've interviewed three guests already. It's really not that bad. Do I want to commit cards to this, I guess is the question. Be 3v5? I don't think so. I think either way, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I did experience that with Miskatonic Museum, but yeah, I ended up just rolling a die, so it is what it is. So we're gonna test 3v5 here. Draw a skull. What is happening? Oh my god. Alright, so we've drawn 3 Elder Signs and 3 auto fails. That is ridiculous. This bag is rigged. That is incredible. That's actually incredible. Man, if anyone either knows how to develop widgets or can find me some tutorials on how to develop a widget, I would be much appreciated. That would be one thing I'd really like to get going for the stream. Yeah, you could do that too, Terran Chef, absolutely. All right, well, that was productive. All right, so let's take a look here. I'm surprised we have so many resources, honestly, now. Renfield is hot garbage in this scenario, so we're not going to be playing Renfield anytime soon. We could... I think our turn should be Move, throw Storm of Spirits. Actually, man. So, okay. So hear me out, chat. One plan that I have here is to use Gatebox. Go here. Or I guess we'll move into the Gatebox. We can huck the... Or no, we'd have to move and then throw the Storm of Spirits so that we can get rid of this stupid Bloodthirst. So we'd have to just punch the Psychopath. Yeah, man. My experience with Akachi has been mixed, needless to say. We had 10 trauma going into before the Black Throw. That was brutal. I kind of want to get rid of this Bloodthirst, man. So, like, one thought that I had was move in here, punch, and then use the Storm of Spirits. Yeah, it was brutal. 10 trauma was brutal. I ended up taking Versatile and 2 copies of Thermos, which ended up actually being pretty clutch, because we were able to heal up within the first couple of turns and then actually play the game. You know, it's funny, I kind of wish Thermos, like, cost experience. You know, so, Matt Newman, if you're watching this, and you need an idea for Return to TFA, you know, that product that's probably already in print, you should make an upgraded Thermos. And it should be a fast action to trigger it. That would be amazing. Even if it's just like 1 experience, man. Because, like, the problem with Thermos, right, is that you never want to include it in your starting deck because you don't have trauma at the beginning of a campaign. But you don't want to spend experience on a 0-level card because that's ultimate feel bads, So if it just cost experience and maybe didn't cost an action to play, man, that card would be so good. But I'm fantasizing here. Let's, How do I deal with this and this? Yeah. Yeah, if you ever meet Doctor Who and you're ever like in need of some sort of like inspiration, you know, you come to the stream for the hotness here. Ay. I mean, yeah. I think so. I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't appreciate your sarcasm. Okay, what are we doing with our turn here? Part of me is really wanting to kill the Psychopath with extra damage. What do you think we'd use that for? For the good of all humanity? That's ridiculous. I have so many charges on this. I think I gotta at least try. So we're gonna Gatebox. What? I'm going to first action move. This might be a really bad idea, but hear me out. So, okay, so here's my thinking, right? I want to get rid of this. And I'm thinking maybe I can fight this. I can commit this ward for a +1. Well, so I want to get rid of this Bloodthirst, which is why I'm kind of going about this super convolutedly. Like, normally I would just huck the Storm of Spirits from a distance, but unfortunately, we have the stupid weakness. And we have 2 actions. We spend an action to move. So when this engages us, we either have to take a horror or yada yada, so we'll take a horror. And yeah, I'm gonna commit this. Then we're gonna second action fight. Am I gonna need? Let's see. I'm at a 5. 5v2. That seems fine. So we're gonna also try to practice makes perfect for a prophesy. I mean, considering how this went last time, I'm not gonna hold my breath, but all right. So we'll search 9 cards here. Okay. Prophesy is really just an additional icon, so it's really not even that good. Find, let's see, we find nothing. Plenty of practice skills, just not ones we can use. Okay, so, that'll be, we're committing that ward for 1, so that'll be what, 3v2? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, and then the last action, 1, 2, 3. Huck a Storm of Spirits, and we get to fight with our willpower, so that'll be a 5v2. Okay, 5v2 -1. All right, bam. Deal 2 damage, and we have to take a damage, I believe, as well. Yes. Okay, that's not the end of the world. But we get rid of the stupid weakness. This thing goes away. And that's our turn. So, enemy phase here. I don't think anything happens. Everyone still has 2 clues except for these 3. So, yeah, things are good. Okay. So we'll move right into upkeep. Go back up to 5 resources. Let me make sure I shuffle my deck here. We'll draw a Shriveling. Okay, well, where was that? Like a million turns ago. That's fine. All right, so Mythos phase, reactions. I believe we have to resolve the Sickening Reality thing here. So let's do the old trick here. Oh, come on, man. That's brutal. God damn it. All right, fine. All right, so these go here, right? Oh, and I was supposed to test willpower 2 as well, so let me do that as well. Okay, all right, so we passed the willpower test. I apologize for forgetting that. And then Sebastian gets turned into a Monstro. Oops. Yeah, see? It was all part of my master plan. Ugh, 5. Gross. Yeah, we're not gonna deal with Sebastian. Okay. Good thing we have a gate box, huh? Good thing we have a gate box. Let's draw an encounter card. Marked by the sign. Alright, so we have to test willpower 2. If the man in the Pallid Mask is in play. Was I supposed to add the man in the Pallid Mask into my deck? Was that a thing that was supposed to happen? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. Let's grab him real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's because I forgot to add it into my Arkham DB deck. So we'll do that at the end of this scenario. Alright, but anyway, so we're going to mark by the sign. We're going to test willpower 2 versus 5 here, which is not the end of the world. Yeah, and otherwise it would be direct horror and yada yada yada. Okay. So many skulls though, you gotta be kidding me. And, okay. Is the bag bugged? I think the bag's bugged. I'd be really curious to see what the, how the bag works. If any of you programming guys are familiar, I'd be curious. Alright, so that was that. So we'll go here. Yeah, it's just the tokens that you dodge. I know, every time. That's what I'm saying. Alright, so Sebastian is engaged with us, so we have the option to gatebox away. I don't really know what we're gateboxing away to, but... yeah. Let's see. Other option... Taking a crap ton of damage in horror does not seem reasonable. We could disengage, we could move. I guess we could gatebox, go to the foyer, investigate? It's not the worst. Alternatively, we could just investigate and take a hit. Like, investigate, take 2 and 2, or I guess 1 and 1, because we can get rid of the fine clothes, I think, at this point. I don't even think we need to gate back. Like, I think I can tank this hit. I don't think it's the end of the world. Yeah, we could... So we could investigate, like, take the attack of opportunity, use deduction. That'd be a 5v1. That isn't bad. I don't mind that, actually. Alternatively, we could just do that, grab one of them, and then move to the foyer and grab another one. And not take an attack. So that's an option too. Because it doesn't matter where we get the clues from, it's just as long as you have an even number. So we could... We need at least 12. And then we can't because Diane. So I don't think that's a reasonable option. I think at this point we're gonna pretty much get as much as we can get here until Jordan flips over, at least. Because if Jordan flips over, then we could try to grab those clues. Because I guess it's really just a difference of investigating a 1 shroud versus a 2 shroud location at that point. Yeah, so we either need Diane to flip or Jordan to flip. Yeah, so if we take the attack, we'd be at 3 and 4, or I guess 2 and 3, which isn't terrible. Alternatively, we could just work a hunch and then move to the gate box and investigate. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So let's... Actually, it doesn't cost an action, so let's work a hunch. Let's grab one of these. Let's use Gatebox. We will disengage from Sebastian, and we'll move here to our wondrous journey. We'll then use our first action to move into the foyer. And then the second action, we will investigate. That'll be 3, 4, 5 V2. Okay. Chaos Bag says -1. Very nice. Alrighty. So that's that. So that brings us up to 8 clues. That's pretty nice. 11 clues available total. Yes. Yes, there are. Or 12 if you're playing alternate Roland and you get mysteries unsolved, which I have managed to do in this. Just feels pretty cheeky. Okay, so we have 1 action left with our turn. Let's see. Sebastian's gonna move, right? He has Hunter. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna draw a card with my last action. I don't think there's really much I need to do at this point. Oops. So we'll just draw a card. I guess I could play Shriveling too, but we're at a location where we can resign, and at this point, resigning isn't too bad. We've actually managed to do quite a bit here. All right, so let's move into Anima Phase here. I'm not gonna say that. Forget. Oh my god. Not what you're thinking. I'm gonna put him, I think, here. It's fine. I don't think it matters. All right, so that's enemy phase. Oops. And then we'll move right into Upkeep. I'll go up to 4 resources, and our card draw is the Man in the Pallid Mask. Oh, speaking of the devil, right? All right, so he either spawns here or here. Where do I want to spawn him? I guess here, right? Because it's probably a lower shroud. And we could try to gatebox up there and do some shenanigans. So yeah, okay. So that's Upkeep. So let's move right into Mythos phase here. Alrighty. So we're at 1 Doom of 3 again. And our encounter card is a Maggot Swarm. So it's, let's see, it spawns at our location. Maggot Swarm's location gets +2 Shroud. While it's at a location with no clues, it gains Hunter. Ugh, gross. And now I'm really regretting not playing that Shriveling. Okay, so chat, question here. Do we want to bother? Actually, I guess we could, right? So we could use Gatebox, disengage from the Maggot Swarm, move up to the gallery, and first action move here, second action attempt to investigate the Man in the Pallid Mask. So we could at least get a tally off of that. That wouldn't be terrible, right? Because we're basically at this point, we're waiting for one of these 2 assets to flip, or transform rather. Because getting this 1 clue isn't really worth a whole lot, so I think it's probably worth it to try to get a tally off the Man in the Pallid Mask. So let's use Gatebox. I don't think so. No, because so here's my plan, right? So I can Gatebox. I can use Gatebox, first action move, second action investigate, and then move back into the Gatebox? Or can I not do that? It says it's connected to each other revealed location and vice versa. Yeah. So yeah, so I could move here, right? So go here, move, investigate, move. I mean, I'm gonna get hit by Sebastian pretty much regardless. And I can tank the hit. That's not a huge problem. Because I think I'm gonna probably just resign at this point. We've managed to interview 3 of the guests, and we've gotten 4 clues worth of guests, so it's really not too bad. Because otherwise we're hoping that one of these 2 flips and that we can do that. I guess it'd have to be Jordan because we don't have enough resources. So it's a 1 in 7 chance. So I'm not gonna hold my breath. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is we're gonna do that. The Maggot Swarm will be here, and then I'll first action move in, and then I'm going to attempt to investigate a 3 versus, I believe, 4. 3 versus 4 here, and I can commit Enraptured for 5. Be 5v3, go 6v3. That seems fine. All right, so first action move, second action investigate. Skull, my god. All right, so we pass. So the Man in the Pallid Mask is investigated. And then we will use our last action to move back into the Gatebox. And then that'll end the investigation phase. So we'll set this out of play, and then I'll put Luke back here. That's fine. All right, so enemy phase. We will get Chunky Boyd, unfortunately. Yeah, because it's connected both ways. Yeah, I double checked it, so we're not cheaty phase. I don't think I removed a charge from that. All right, so we'll take a horror from the Maggot Swarm, and then Sebastian's gonna come in. These are both engaged, and then we'll take our fine clothes. Well, I think I'm just gonna resign. I like if I go here, right? Like there isn't much need. Yeah, I think we're just gonna resign. So we'll just take the 1 and 1 here. That should be 3. Okay, so that's not the worst. So let's move into Upkeep, and then see what we draw. We draw Unexpected Courage, and then we'll go ahead and add 2 Doom, and we draw. Ugh, gross. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So he would engage us and then take a damage, and he would take damage. Okay. So yeah, I think we're just gonna resign. I don't think there's anything else worth doing. We'd have to minimum wait a turn. So like we could go here, move. Which doesn't seem great. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us. So let's do that. Let's just use our first action to resign. Alrighty, so that's gonna be that. We have 8 clues, which really isn't that bad. Let me grab the campaign guide here. Carcosa, there we go. All right. All right, so under Chasing the Stranger, we get 1 tally. Okay, just making sure there wasn't anything I missed from the first resolution. All right, so we resigned, so we get resolution 1. We have not slain any enemies, and for every 2 clues we earn an experience. So we had 8 clues, so we get 4 XP. And we proceed to the interlude, so let's do that real quick here. Alrighty. So let's see, we can either go back inside, we can block the door, or if they're allowed to live, we can kill them. We're burning them to the ground, right? Burn them to the ground. All right, I'm glad the chat agrees. All right, so we're gonna burn them to the ground. All right, so Lunacy's reward 3. Yeah, we did what had to be done, of course. All right, so in our campaign log, we mark a conviction. We have slain the beasts, slain the monsters at the dinner party. I don't know why I'm capitalizing that. Dinner party, okay. And then, let's see here. We marked our conviction. In the campaign log, record all 5 names. So that'd be Constance. I'm just gonna put all of them. All of them burn dead. Okay. And then we add 2 cultist tokens to the bag. Okay. Alrighty, so let's do that real quick here. Okay, we'll do that. Copy pasta. Should be 2 of those there. Yes. Okay. Put those in the bag. Put that back in there. And that is, I believe that. Yeah, I think so. Alrighty, guys. Well, unfortunately, it's already about 5 o'clock here, and I'm gonna have to start making dinner for the old wife when she gets home. That was a bit of a mixed bag, honestly. Scenario 1 was brutal, but I think we did pretty well going into excuse me, the ol capital OL apostrophe. What am I cooking? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know yet. Part of me wants to make tacos, but it's not Tuesday. So it's either that or I'm gonna probably grill up some chicken thighs. Yes, excellent. You know, it's funny you mentioned that movie too, because my wife and I have started rewatching those. Great quarantine movies, I gotta say. We ain't had any meat in 3 stinking days. We're like halfway through Return of the King right now too. It's great. And yeah, I gotta say, Terrence Chef, that wasn't too bad. We got very lucky with the bag too, which was helpful. But yeah. Oh man, so you guys know the I don't know, the general guy in Return of the King? He's like, the age of men is over. Yeah, I can do that voice. That's about it though. The time of the orc has come. It's like Dr. Claw. It always reminds me of Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. You guys ever watch that? Oh, man. Good times. Good times. Scheisse. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for today. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like the content here, be sure to like the video and comment and all that other YouTube crap that YouTube tells YouTube creators to do. And if you're watching this on Twitch, be sure you're following the stream. I stream every Monday. I'm gonna decide when it's a sauna in here, and I'm hoping to do a little more regular streaming. I don't go back to work, unfortunately, until July, so I have a lot of free time on my hands. So you can expect more regular streaming. We'll probably try to get this campaign done and over with pretty quickly. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Deuces.